All right. Guys, today's a special day. It is a privilege and an honor to have a guest that I've on and off known for about 2 years now. A man who has built a vision from the ground up, who is doing something for his community that I personally have not seen before, who's talking about topics that range from mental health to leadership to entrepreneurship, and that's revolutionizing the space for men and women that are not represented enough in society today. And you guys know that on this channel, we talk about that topic every single day. Without further ado, I want to address and welcome Troy Crossfield. Brother, it's an honor, brother. It's an honor. So my first time I've seen you, brother, I'm going to go right into it. I went to a meeting that I was invited to, right? We sat down in a room, and I'm not really familiar with too many meetings like that. You know, I grew up in a family where we don't really express too much. We just keep it rocking and keep it pushing. So I saw all the brothers in there, everyone, different sizes, different shape, athletes, businessmen, accountants, every type, right? Sharing, telling their story. And I thought that was the most interesting church type event I've ever seen. I've been to church many times in my life, right? I've heard men of faith talk many times in their life. But what you did was different. It's different. And I believe that we need to glorify that. We need to honor those who do things differently than what's been done before. You are that. And I could talk about the flowers all day, and I always like to give my guests flowers first before we start anything. Iron Sharpens Iron is legendary. You know, the concept, what you're doing, what you're talking about. These are things that most men shun away from. They keep these things behind wraps. And as a man who, I never tell anybody my story. I always kept it hush. You allow me to say that in a place and see that other men can rise from that. Don't have that even in my own community. So I just want to give you your flowers where it's due. What you're doing is revolutionary. It's going to change the world, truly. And with that being said, I want to know where this all started. I want to know your story, and I want to let the people that don't know, and men that are around the world right now that are going to watch this, and this is going to bless so many people, I want you to hear the story of a leader and how this came about. So Troy, I want to know your story, brother. How did this all start up? Talk to me.
Thank you for having me, and I acknowledge the flowers. Thank you, and it's a great thing to receive them.
Yes.
Iron Sharpens Iron. This is actually our 10-year anniversary that's coming up.
10 years, yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's a big moment.
So, it came from a place of lack, and what I mean by that is coming into my adult age, my 20s, 30s, not having a father in my life, 5 sisters, and there was also some family dysfunction, things of that, getting married, having my daughter, starting to realize that I wasn't making the right life choices and decisions, and not having those outlets to really feel like you can talk to people.
Right.
And then a brother, Joel, Whitten, came by one day, and we spoke, and then I was like, yo, I just want to start this thing.
Right.
And God just telling me, tugging on my heart, start this thing where men just have conversations, not just about basketball or women and things like that.
So you followed an intuition from something bigger than you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to make that known that you guys need to understand that this is something bigger than just what man is talking about. But anyways, I digress. Continue, please.
Yeah. So it was I want you to find a space. I want you to get the door open and have a spiritual leader come in. And that's where Joel came in, because God was just talking my heart.
Yeah.
You need to have these conversations. There's people who need to have these conversations. And it even started off as this whole, guys in the industry, things of that nature, not getting an opportunity to go to church. And so then I just wanted to come and get poured into. I needed that. And then that's where it started. And then I would say, we've had our hills and valleys, we've had our different groups come in, but it's been consistent ever since. Of course, took a break during the pandemic. That was hard. And I would say that it was probably one of the best decisions that's helped me and also helped others, because sometimes God puts something in you, not just for you, it's for others.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So that seed
I firmly believe that.
grow.
100%.
And others will see the fruit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was going through a tough time in life, making foolish decisions. I mean, still make foolish decisions, right? But losing a lot, and I was like, "Yo, God, I need help."
Yeah.
So he pushed me to create this thing, and didn't know where it was gonna go. And there was even we opened it up to women as well too. And then it's funny because when we the men were coming in droves, and the women was like, "What about us?" And I was like, "Okay, let me invite the women," and then the men stopped coming.
Yeah.
So after the pandemic, God was like, "Okay, we're at 2 separate spaces, bro.
Yeah.
One for the men, one for the women.
Yeah.
Y'all can come together like maybe once or twice a year and just chill." But I did that like.
Keep
we wanted to keep a safe space because like we know how safe spaces, man.
100%.
So
100%.
that's where this came out of. But I noticed that through desperation comes restoration.
100%.
And sometimes we have to get desperate for the things that we really need to allow God to restore.
100%.
So when you're going through a bad time or tough times, that is exactly where God works the best. You know what I mean? Some people want to say it's the universe. Some people want to say whatever. I say it's God because, like, you know, He's the one that supplies all my needs, right?
Yes, 100%.
So yeah, that's where this came from.
That's where it started from. Okay.
And Iron Sharpens Iron, the Bible verse, of course.
Yes, Proverbs 27:17. Yes, 27:17.
Iron Sharpens Iron, one sharpens
Come on, what man can't love Proverbs, right?
Yeah,
it has so much gems in it.
So
you know, Troy, so when I think about life, I think about, so recently, I've had someone come up to me from a younger age, and they came up to me and they asked me for wisdom. Me personally, I'm a terrible advocate. I also make a ton of mistakes in my own life, right? I live my life with a double-edged sword. I swiped first, right? I made a ton of mistakes that I'm not going to air on this camera. So for you to think that, you know, you made those mistakes and it defined who you are, those mistakes made you this version of you. And this is the ultimate version. You don't even know the next potential. I don't want to go into motivation. What I want to say is, a true leader is built for the succession of others. And that's what I'm seeing with Iron Sharpens Iron. There's a lot of men right now, and I'm hearing it over the news, I'm seeing it in the media, that are dying literally of suicide, of drug addiction. So this conversation is a very deep conversation. It goes beyond just me and you, right? Men are dying right now. Men are angry right now. So with your expertise, you being in this field for 10 years, I want you to speak some life to these men, because there's a lot of people across the screen right now who don't have access to you. They might have access to your Instagram. They might have been to one meeting. But I want you to use your expertise to speak to them. What would you do for this generation? What's your call or your expert wisdom on what's happening right now with the world?
So I'll say a few things.
Yes.
Your history is not your current story.
Okay.
That's big because a lot of us judge our future on our past
100%
decisions.
Oof.
And this quote is true. You live like your choices and you die like your decisions. So
this isn't that bad. Wow.
If you have the opportunity to turn your life around, now's the time.
Now's it.
You know what I mean? Because you don't have to continue on this spiral, this circle of my past. I can't change. You can change. No matter what society's telling you, or no matter what, you know, a woman is telling you or whatever, you do have the ability to change. You work out. Yes. You understand the concept of discipline, the concept 100%. Of eating.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how many times you went to the gym, if you're not changing your diet, your food, so that you're going to stay the same.
You're lackluster.
You know what I mean? So for some men, it's the financial diet. For some men, it's a porn diet. For some men, it's I don't have self-control over my body. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. Those are like, those small habits will make a huge difference in your life. Saving money, investing money, taking risks, making decisions. So a lot of men right now are struggling because we've come to this place where there's a few things happening. We don't have emotional intelligence, meaning that, like, we're not tapping into something that we need in our minds and our hearts, because our heart and our mind also function with everything as well too.
Right.
So learning communication is super key. Reading, you know what I mean? I'm taking the time to not just into these podcasts, whatever. Like, there's too many, like, guys out there just spitting nonsense.
Whatever.
Right? but reading the word, staying in the word, and doing what the word says. A lot of people look at like God like, oh, and Christians, they have all these rules, all this kind of stuff. Christians are not perfect. I'll look in the camera right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a perfect man. I make mistakes every single freaking day. But I know where my mistakes lead and why things don't happen.
Right.
People aren't really tapped in like that to understand like this decision will end up making this decision at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And when you've lost a lot, you can understand that like I'm gonna try to be a warning signal for some people because of everything that I've lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where my wisdom comes from. These whole 10 years of Iron Sharpens Iron is because I needed to be sharpened. I actually heard it today. I actually heard this today. It's so funny because when people think about Iron Sharpens Iron, oh, it's a cool Bible verse and stuff like that. But I literally just watched this thing today. It's like, ask a pencil how it feels in a sharpener.
Oh, it hates that. It's being cut up. Yeah, it's being turned into something else, but it's hating that process. It's
when you see two blades going,
it's a malice procedure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so if I were to take a knife right now and to you, you know how hard that would feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of us as men, we want to stay in a mediocre space. We want to stay in a comfortable space, a comfortable position. We don't want to change, but everything is on the other side of hard. It's not the grass is greener on the other side. It's going through the fire. You know what I mean?
Facing the pain.
Facing the pain.
Starting to love the pain, yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So, my encouragement to men is to like really look in the mirror, no matter how ugly it is. And I've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah.
And a lot these past years, like I've lost a lot because of foolish decisions.
Of course.
And this is why I'm also like advocating for men on a high level, because I'm just like, yo, bro, you don't want to get like this. You know what I mean?
That right there is gonna change a lot of generations. The previous generations before you kept everything under wraps and would let the new kids figure it out. So what you're doing is changing a new chapter. You're creating history a new way. It's revolutionary, and that's the reason why I'm a visionary type of person. You know, when I think and when I have the chance to speak and actually articulate my thoughts, I think beyond just this, right? So for me, I want to go really quick into something, and I'll go right back into what you're saying. I've worked with 20 different companies in my span of being in Canada. I've worked with software companies, I've worked with sales companies, I've worked as a logistics driver. I've seen how operations function, I've seen how businesses run. I've been the guy at the bottom, the guy at the middle, never been the guy at the top yet. And what I see with you is a revolution, right? There's enterprises, there's thought leaders, right? And we have a lot of those, thought leaders, podcasts that spew up garbage, and then what you're doing, which is creating a revolution. And that's why I believe that this needs to be magnified right now, especially with the times today. I don't think you realize the call of leadership that you've been given, right? It's a certain type of call, right? Not many men have that, you know what I'm saying? So it's power, but let me go into something else. So you say emotional intelligence and you say reading. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on personally with you right now. I think, if you don't mind, I think how you're gonna come over this situation might also be a blessing to someone else. So losing someone, right? Someone dear to you. As a leader of the group, as someone who is looked up to, what are your trains of thought for someone that's going through a tough time? And how are you stomaching through it? If you don't mind me asking.
Sure. Just losing my father. A couple weeks ago.
My true condolences. That's devastating.
But this also like leans back into what we're talking about. Because I'm not grieving a father who was with me in my life every single day. I'm grieving someone almost like a stranger. You know what I mean? He wasn't in my life as a child. And it's so funny because even as an adult, I just wanted to hear those words, "I love you, son." And not getting that was hard because like he's gone.
Yeah.
But you know, not being selfish, like there was a lot of damage, you know, with my family, and unfortunately, so
leaving so many kids without that father figure. Yeah. Right? My goodness.
But what it leaves with me once again, which is why I started this thing, was what are we leaving when we leave this earth? You know, am I leaving information? Am I leaving knowledge? Because even the knowledge of having a not so present father is still knowledge for me. So I would say that Iron Sharpens Iron wouldn't necessarily have been built if I did have my father in my life.
Powerful.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's just like I had to live through that. So your circumstances are a blessing. You know what I mean? Your losses are a blessing.
100%.
Grief is still a blessing
Yes.
because there's always something to learn.
Something in it.
No matter if it's good or if it's bad, there's always knowledge to take from it. So I am thankful for it, but I'm still grieving, and I'm still angry and sad. But those are feelings and emotions that, you know what I mean, that men have to carry.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Just adding even more to what we talked about before, emotional intelligence, reading, financial literacy, spiritual literacy, connecting well with women, and connecting well with other men. You know, all these things are like so important. Those just the looked over things. So, you know, we hear the superficial things of like, okay, go to the gym, have a good body and stuff like that. Get a good job and education. But I'm actually been having communication with, for example, I'll say my partner, my child's partner, my wife. You know, we're going through our thing as well too. I don't know where this podcast is going to go, Lord. But anyways, we were just having a bit of a debate the other day.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like, she's like, don't ask a woman what she does. And I was like, why? She's like, men shouldn't ask them what they do. And it's like, but that's the first thing a man's gonna ask a woman. It's like, what do you do? What do you into? She's like, no, you shouldn't. And I'm like, why? She's like, because my job doesn't define me. I'm not who I am in my career. That's just something that I do.
Yeah, an occupation.
An occupation. So, and there's a lot of men who are actually weaponizing that against women. Some men are just coming for a come up and all this kind of stuff, but it just made me think. I'm just like, yo, like, we didn't even think about that. That's why we gotta look inside. We gotta ask deeper questions because like it's not even just about looking for a partner. It's like looking into yourself. Like, who am I? Who is Troy Crossfield without a job? What is my true purpose here?
Powerful.
Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? So like when you think about that, you mentioned yourself, 20 jobs.
Yeah.
And you're not defined by any of those titles.
None.
You are who you are.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And I am who I am, no matter like the 10,000 things that I'm doing. Who am I to the core? You know what I mean? And I'm thankful for you even just saying like, you know, it came from your words, like you're a leader. You know what I mean? Because like I don't go on the street like I'm a leader, I'm a thought leader, I'm a men's leader. No, I'm a servant. You know what I mean? But people want to see you how they see you.
100%.
So it's just about challenging men, challenging entrepreneurs, and women as well too, just like how they see themselves, how they vision themselves, and like getting to the work to get it done. So, you know, so many different things.
Yeah, no, 100% powerful. You said so many good things there, and I know your time is limited, so I'm trying to make this as value-packed as possible. Guys, rewind this stuff, and if you want more content, check out his stuff, his IG, his YouTube. You got a YouTube?
No, but
you gotta hop on that. You gotta hop on it. This is evergreen content, brother. It'll last a lifetime. Like, so we'll talk more on that. We'll talk more on that at a different time. Troy, let's talk a little bit about the dating scene real quick. Let's get into that. So divorce rate's crazy right now, right? People can't trust each
always
other.
Been crazy.
It's wild now. It's even more because now we have options that never existed before. The dating apps, the multiple pools of different people, the people that are divorcing for ridiculous reasons, right? And just the infidelity that's going on right now. People just not being loyal. Let's, in your take, what do you think the solution is to this?
J. Cole has a song called Love Yours. And when we look at the Bible definition of love, 1 Corinthians 13.
So we're talking unconditional.
Unconditional. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not count wrongs. It doesn't boast. It rejoices in the truth. If we were to look at that definition of love and what the most two important commandments in the Bible is, love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul.
Yes.
And the second is to love thy neighbor as thyself. Those two things would fix everything.
Mm.
Because when you think about infidelity, and you know, I can be real with you. You know what I mean? A lot of my life was caught up in that foolishness.
Like most
But
men.
it's because I'm not loving myself.
Chasing something outside of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, trying to get that dopamine, you know, trying to find that thing, that thrill.
And
right?
and you're never going to get 100% of what you want. The 80-20 rule is true.
Yes.
But if you can settle, if you can decide that no matter this 80-20, whatever, I'm gonna do 100% with you, good and the bad, because you'll always see a pretty face. There'll always be somebody better looking, better body, whatever. I'm not encouraging men to be like, yeah, I'm like. Anyways, your woman is your woman. But divorce rates high, infidelity high, is because people are lacking something within themselves.
So you're saying it's identity.
It's identity. It's not their partner. Their partner's coming to you as a person, and you're a person. And what I want to teach my children is how to ensure that they are whole people, and so they meet whole people. A lot of us are trauma bonding. A lot of us are escaping identity crises by matching with somebody else.
Yeah, you're preaching fire. Yeah.
So I know in the times that I've got wrapped up or caught up in this stuff, it's not because the other person didn't have value. I just didn't value myself. You know what I mean? And also too, like, you know, you hear all these things because now the new thing is like, oh, don't do business with somebody who's whatever. Listen, somebody told me one day, like, yo, Troy, honestly, this has happened to greater men than you. If you can think about greater men than you,
come on, biblically,
look at the TV right now.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Multi-millionaires, billionaires, all this kind of foolishness.
Yes.
So how could you think that this is a cheap problem?
No,
it's not.
No.
But value, love, the inner work. It's more expensive. It's more exclusive to have your own value and self-worth. Like you literally become the thing that nobody can afford. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And like, but what we don't realize is that like when we fall into those things, we pay the price. So what side of retail do you want to be on?
Definitely the buying side. Definitely be on the buying side.
You know what I'm saying?
The good side.
Like you want to be on the good side.
The
You
good
know
side.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's what I would, and that's my advocacy for men, man. Because there's a lot of amazing women out there right now.
100%. That are just
looking for partners, that are hurting from a hurt place. And I could tell you, like, using the divorce rates up, let's talk about single marriages.
Oof.
There are a lot of people who are married on outside. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard because it's just like, I'm not with my husband, but nobody's getting divorces. Like people are just trading situations.
What is that called? Quiet marriages or something? I forget.
Quiet divorces.
Quiet, something like that.
It's like crazy. Something like that has increased because like also too like there's nobody can afford rent out there.
100%. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Nobody can afford rent out there.
My goodness.
But if you were to really look at it, if we were to put all of our problems on the table, I bet you people would trade yours for theirs.
That's one way to look at it for sure. It's a big
you know
perspective.
What I mean? Like, what? Your man does all this, whatever. I'll take a little cheating over here. My man wasn't beating. Like he was beating me. He was abusing me. He was like.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. So true.
That's why I go back to that J. Cole song, "Love Yours," is because at the end of the day, when you're 70, when you're 80 years old, like, yes, your youth counts the most, but I saw my father die alone. He was in a nursing home by himself because he died like his decisions.
Yeah, and he lived with it.
Yeah,
that's a very tough death.
And
did he accept the Lord on his moment?
I believe he did accept the Lord. I just don't know if the Lord accepted him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you preach the gospel to him?
You know, no, bro. My dad was in the church. He was in the church. So I'm just trying to tell you that like even people in the church like out here living whatever church lives, double standards, and not living a life. So I would say that to the camera as well too, like Christians aren't perfect, and there's a lot of people in there not living.
World.
You know what I mean? Just not living. Even me, like, bro, like, it's hard some days.
100%.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna look, I'm perfect. But, like, that's one thing people are gonna go to my Instagram and be like, this guy thinks it's perfect. No, go to every single post. You will see me. I don't even want to be a pastor. I don't want to be a pastor. And I'm not even saying that to God, but, like, I know the accountability that holds. So why me hold that position if I'm not ready to be perfect? Are you crazy? You know what kind of stuff would be on my head? I'm already getting the spiritual attacks. You know
100%, yeah.
So it's just like, why would I put myself in that position if I'm not ready for it?
Yeah.
Like, imagine going out to a war, they're like, yeah, guess what, today, you're the general, you're the lieutenant, we're giving you all the plans. You're like, what? I'm not ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
But at the same time, God called David.
Gideon.
He called Gideon.
Come on.
He called people that weren't ready. Because he's like, I know you're gonna be ready when the time comes.
100%.
Even Moses.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? We can go to the Bible. We can look.
Yeah.
Right. We can look at Paul. You know what I mean? We could look at all of them. Weren't ready. And I think, like, that's where the sharpening comes. And I know that God is tugging my heart. But, like, when he's calling you, he's gonna be calling you, and I know he's calling me. And sometimes I feel like Jonah, but you know, I'm not gonna go run in the ocean and get swallowed up by no shark. No way.
Let me go right into that with that. I love that. By the way, that's beautiful. So I'm gonna keep it real, right? I've moved work in my life, right? All types of work, if you know what I'm saying, right? I've been to every business that I can to make money, right? I've had every reason to cheat, and I did that, right? I've done every kind of stain that you could possibly think of. Right? So for those that are out there that have been homeless, that have been bankrupt, that have been swapped up by your ops, you know, like literally, you know, in the bin, right? In the hospital, broken bones, right? For the man that comes from nothing, why should he believe in God? Why should he have that faith? I want you to answer that from your perspective. As someone who has the Caribbean background, who also knows what the struggle is like, who has had to live in a city where the opportunities are not there. Right? The street life was calling you before anything else, right? Why would the younger version of Troy believe in the God that the older version of Troy has now? Because we have millions of younger versions of Troy watching this video right now. I believe that.
My answer is simple. What other choice do you have?
The government.
What other choice do you have?
Hey, you know we ain't rocking with the government.
Like, I would say the same thing to the atheist, to the unbeliever, to whatever. I don't judge anybody. Especially Iron Sharpens Iron, we welcome
everybody. I believe that.
Iron Sharpens Iron, we said, like, hey, this is a safe space.
Yes.
Come, tell us how you're feeling. Like, I don't push Jesus. I don't push anybody like that. They just know we pray in Jesus' name, and they know that we just keep it 100 where we're at.
Yeah, 100.
But for me, it's just like having God in my life. I've seen him do things. So it's just like there are so much people bent on the unbelief of him, and I'm just like, why not give it a try? Because what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen if there's a prayer answered? Or if there's something, I just don't want to believe, and that's fine.
That's cool.
But it's crazy because, like, a lot of people, they'll do it on their deathbed.
The last moment.
Just in case. Why not make that just in case now? And change your life from that standpoint. Just in case something happens to me tomorrow, let me just try him now. Just give it a try. Because you know what? Like, he won't fail. You know what I'm saying? He won't fail. So for anybody who has this belief or whatever, like, just my faith is so big. I could just sit here and talk about testimony. I've been through the mud. I've also put in a lot of work as well too, right?
I believe it.
But it's just like, why not take a chance?
So that's the message I want y'all to think about. As someone who is seasoned, who has seen a lot of things in his life, and like I said, Troy has done a lot of big things. Why not give it a try? I wanna wrap it up. I know you got to get out of here with one more thing. I think this will be the umph note. Right now, brother, I just feel that this season of life, we're going through so much uncertainty that it's God's call for certain men to rise up. It took me some time to really do what I'm doing now, but I believe millions are about to be made. Like, there's about to be record level impact that's about to happen. Like, that's the firm faith I'm believing. It's ground shaking, mind shifting. I believe that. And I believe that those who are last will be first in this new season that God is calling up. And I believe that for your revolution. I believe what's happening with Perseverance right now. What I want to say, I want you to give your thoughts on any young leaders out there right now that are on the edge right now of what they're about to build, whether it's art, whether it's acting, whether it's building something, or even just joining and providing value. Give some to the young ones out there that are on the edge right now, that want to make that jump. What would you tell them?
Ooh. I would tell them a couple things. Anything that you want, and some of these things are just things that we already know.
For sure, but it's always good to hear them again.
I'm gonna tell you. Anything that you really want comes with sacrifice.
100%.
Like, you know how hard it is to change a body.
100%.
You train people every day.
Yes, sir.
And at this point, you can just take people's money.
Yeah.
But sacrifice is commitment. It's discipline.
Yes.
It's literally almost obsessing with everything that you got for that one thing.
Yeah. I
would communicate to people just in terms of like where I've been at with my creative journey. I was also always a firm believer of like, do everything you gotta do because you never know which one's gonna happen. And I've seen it before, like planting 7 seeds. Talking about the Bible because you never know which one's gonna grow.
100%.
But I would say that you have to take care of that garden.
Okay.
If you're going to plant 7 seeds, they all need the same water.
Right.
They all need the same light.
Okay.
I've seen my mom do it as a gardener. Gardening is a very important, essential tool for any man. And I would say for any man watching this podcast, buy your son some flowers. I did that because it allows him to see time harvest. It allows to see what a plant will be when it's first in infancy.
Right.
It allows to see if I water my plant, it's gonna grow. And that's just like with anything that you want to believe in. It requires all of that.
Time,
patience, things of that nature. Water and light can mean for you to minding your business every single day. You know what I mean? Doing the uncomfortable thing, getting on algorithms, posting on Instagram, posting on TikToks. While training your mind, reading books about the things, getting a mentor, like all these things are so important.
Yes.
But the most important thing is that you have to decide for yourself that this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because what you don't decide decides for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a rapper, if you want to be a studio producer, engineer, you have to decide. And it needs to come from here. Communicate to here. Not your brain convincing your heart that you want to do it. Actually, it's come from your heart convincing your brain that you want to do it.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To the brain. I love
and
that.
you have to write out your vision and make it plain. As the Bible says it.
Habakkuk 2:2.
So if you have to have conference meetings by yourself, map it out, get a whiteboard, write down this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Write that $1 million check and put it in your wallet. You're like, you know what? I'm cashing this check one day. You know what I mean? Put a date on it. Do all those things because it'll make you look like a fool. But to become successful, you do have to be foolish.
Yes, sir.
You almost have to be delusional.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And as I'm talking to you about this, I'm talking to me about this.
No, you're going in right now. You're going in. It's so funny you say that. I'm gonna end this video with this. So the last 2 companies that I work with, I worked with a big organization, and we did personal training with them. Right? I actually lost that role because the contract had to go a route where they were moving out all staff and moving to an Oriental staff. So I lost that contract with them, and I was there for 2.5 years as a personal trainer. I can't even name the company. It's a big organization. So they outs me not on my performance. They outs me on the fact that they were going to hire a whole Oriental staff, and they did that. They removed everyone that was colored. That was a slap in my face this year. The reason why this is being pushed so hard now is because in my wallet, this is the second company that I work with They give you this little badge when you level up and you become a driver. I worked with this company for 3 months. I made the company around $30,000 in that 3 months, 30, 20, around that, just in sales. My last day that I worked with them, I made them $4,577 in just straight profit. Led the team. I was a top salesman on that team. There's 17 or 10 trucks. They canned me the next day. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because what you're saying is the truth. I have my number written on the board. I will become a success. I've made $30,000 in sales with a personal training company. So why I'm bringing this up is because I know what you're saying is the truth. You have to sacrifice, you do have to become obsessed, and you do have to take the pains of your losses, keep them in your wallet, right? So that you can carry that to a bigger place. And I think a lot of people should hear this message, because there's a lot of people that have stories like mine who have unconceived talents, but you're not realizing where to put them, and you need to reinvest them in yourself.
And let me break for 1 second. Put that back on the table.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
And I want to say this to you.
Yes, sir.
People can't see whatever this is. He just explained what it was. What did you get for that?
Bro, I got scars on my body, bro. The work that we did.
What did you actually receive? Did you get $1 from this?
No. From that specific driver's medal? No, I did not.
So this, I'm going to get back to you.
Yeah.
Because you just said the amount of money that you made for them.
Yeah.
In whatever time span.
Yeah, 3 months.
In 3 months.
Yeah.
And they let you go.
Yep.
And you didn't get $1 from that.
Nah.
So what you don't decide,
Yeah.
somebody else will decide for you.
Evidence right there. I believe, yes.
And
100%.
they can let you go, and they don't care about your value. Just even the other company you talked about, you're not Oriental, so you weren't able to speak the language, so they let you go.
Yeah.
Anything that you're investing in that has no investment in you has the ability to drop you and let you go.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm building here? Iron
Yes.
Sharpens Iron. We've done some stuff with corporations, we've done some cool stuff with the city, and we've gotten some funds to do events. And we're doing a 10-year anniversary next month, and we're literally spending every single dime that we have.
Yeah.
Because you know what? What we're doing is we're planting seeds in people.
Yes.
Because honestly, it's not even just about me sharpening others, it's about you. It's about the others.
Yes.
People are starting their podcasts, people are starting their goals, their dreams. That's what it's about for me.
Yes.
And I would
Legacy.
I'd rather take a legacy payment in somebody else's life than $0 in mine that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, a software company that's paying you 60, and you know that your contract could be up at any moment.
Any moment, bro.
Any moment.
So do the things that nobody can fire you from. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yes, as a creative, you do have to have some money in your pocket to get to the next level, to do things, but just be resourceful. You know what I mean? As a filmmaker, I have to work a job because I'm like, okay, I still need to pay editors, whatever. I need to do some things, but just know that there's always an end goal in mind.
Yes. Yes.
And your end goal cannot just be working for somebody else.
Cannot. God cannot bless you when you are strapped to someone else.
Come on.
Yeah. I wanna just finish here, guys. This has been an honor and a privilege. Your time is so valuable. I know you got somewhere to be. Troy, I just want to thank you so much, for what you do. I may not get the chance to speak to you every single day, but I know that wherever you're going, you're creating a revolution. And it's been an honor to spend this moment to talk about vision, about pain, about our life stories. Wherever God takes these stories, He takes them. But in this moment, I know that this podcast has so much value in it, so much meaning in it, right? That this can change a person's life if they're willing to be open to hear it. Do you have any last words that you want to say before we close up and wrap up shop? Any questions for me? Anything at all?
Couple men cheat codes.
Yeah. Oh, please go in. We're all ears on that.
A man who finds a wife is a blessed man. He has favor in his life. Treat your wife as a partner of your corporation.
Wow.
A wife
Yes.
is probably one of the most detrimental decisions that you'll make.
Powerful, brother.
Save as much money as you can. invest early, and no matter what you do, time with your children is more important than time away from home. Balance those things out. Find a schedule. Balance those things out. Tell your kids you love them, especially your sons. Your daughters will know that always automatically, because men usually tell their daughters right away. Your sons need to know that. And if you're young, travel. If you have no responsibilities, travel. Go live in another country. Go live in another place. God didn't bring you all these, through all of this stuff just to be stuck in one city. We're not in the desert, you know? So please, whatever you gotta do, live your life, and just really truly be responsible. But just know that some of the decisions that we make in our youth can definitely affect us
100%, brother.
In your older ages. Cool.
The value you're giving right now is just incredible. I'm gonna put these cheat codes down in the comments down below, guys. Troy, where can people find you?
My Instagram page at Troy Crossfield. My company, Crossfield Productions website, and we will have our Iron Sharpens Iron website up soon.
Fantastic. And then you guys got the celebration coming in for the Saturday for the 10 years?
Yeah, for the 26th. I don't know when this is going to be up, but if you're in the city, if it's up before the 26th, come by and see us.
It's a beauty to see.
And congratulations, brother. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, brother. We got a long way to go. So wherever the story goes, I know it'll go somewhere, but I know that whoever sees the story is going to see that from nothing can come something.
Yeah, bro. You're a light. You've always been a light ever since I met you, man. And you're a leader, bro. So keep it going.
I believe it, brother.
Right?
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Troy Crossfield, guys. Anytime that you guys want to check him out, Iron Sharpens Iron. Thank you for being here, and we will catch you on the next one. This is episode 4. Let's get it. Troy, brother.